professional, so yeah,
Yes,
I have to go with that.
If not, what do you think he did? Just see you out there and took advantage of a chance to, I'm going to blame it on this guy. Am I with
Știți ce facem? Că nu o să arate doar din astea lungi, o să arate lucruri mici. Păi când te uiți la lucruri care toată lumea adeși în video, like this is my mom.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so
Nu doar despre ce facem.
what's your final word?
Spuneam să vorbesc în engleză?
You stand right over here. Yeah.
Să zicem împreună. Asta e mama.
He did break the window, and I got paid back for it.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have to pay for something I didn't break.
No, you're so relieved. What are you so relieved about?
Are you hungry?
That's going to be
Împreună.
Yeah.
This is our...
sleep last night?
No.
You can sleep tonight?
This is our mom.
Well, it may sound harsh, but the bottom line is when you are weed whacking, you are in control, and the control means that if there's damage done, you're going to be legally on the hook.
Vorbește și mie.
The People's Court. Relentless human production.
Eu mă schimb lumina pe Judge Judy.
Judge Judy.
My favorite.
CBS doesn't just have one big Sunday. We've got three.
Está la Grammy Award? Grita.
Miami?
There are times when it makes sense to get back to basics. To focus on building something strong and secure. At MidFirst Bank, we've always worked that way. Why we? Because the winds of change are always blowing.
Așa, trebuie să mergem și să facă serios pe cazul dat cu ședă.
O să mergem.
Acum că e soare și tare.
Eu lasă să fac o lectură.
Ok.
Ce mâncat astăzi? O banană și un mare. Păi dacă cineva se scula, atunci aș mie ceva să mănânc, o mamă bună. Păi am știut că era asta.
Așa, deja, așa, îmi face probleme cu tatăl și el nu realizează din tot timpul plecatul și cum se se scoală, vede că e cu el și ce? Oare că a zis că e meritat. El zice că de școală să nu vină
Unbelievable stories caught on tape. The latest viral videos that will have you on the edge of your seat. From Cougar Town, Busy Phillips is here, opening up about her new pregnancy and motherhood.
I feel like I'm a really good mom, but I have to give her something to talk about in therapy.
Plus, Real Housewife of Atlanta, Emmy Moore, and New York anchor, Gary Alexander is my co-host.
And the first 15, new fallout of the Lance Armstrong doping controversy. The shocking way outraged fans are reacting. Train off the tracks. A commuter train flies off the rails during a joyride gone wrong. Wait till you hear who was driving. And we know Botox can help fight wrinkles, but can it also help unlock the secret of habit?
Margie and Dale Young are suing their former daycare provider, Phyllis Schubert, for filing false allegations with Child Protective Services.
Order. All right.
Now, it's case number 346 on the calendar is a matter of Kishiyama versus Schubert.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge.
Also, the
You may be seated. Please have a seat.
Mr. Kishiyama, you relocated from what city to what city?
We are located from Hercules, California to Winter Park, California.
According to your complaint, you enrolled your two children, ages 1 and 3, in the defendant's daycare.
That's correct.
When did you do that?
On July 9th,
How did you find Ms. Shubin's facility?
online.
And Ms. Shubin, you are licensed
Yes, ma'am.
by whom? State of California? How long have you been licensed by the state of California?
Since June.
So you were a relatively new licensee.
Yes.
And what do you have to do to be licensed?
You have to take a class. It's a one-day class. And you
Yes, I
have
was
to
shrink.
go
I was
through all the
shrink.
testing, in the class and
Right.
see films and answer
Yeah,
the
really.
questions and everything.
But it's a one-day
Yeah,
class.
guys,
Right.
it's
You're
cool.
not a licensed daycare.
After the class, then they come out to the facility, make sure everything's up to standard, And by state law, we have to have fire extinguishers.
So then they do an inspection of the facility.
Correct.
Do they certify you for a certain number of children?
Yes.
How many do they certify you for?
8.
How many people do you have working for you?
There's myself, my business partner Sally, and my daughter Lucy.
As part of your one-day training, do you have any training with regard to being a mandatory reporter with regard to suspected child abuse or neglect?
Yes, ma'am.
Teacher that class.
Social services.
And being a mandated reporter requires you as a daycare provider to report immediately to the state any suspected child abuse or neglect that you see as a result of caring for children.
That's correct, ma'am.
That's what this case is about. You enrolled your 2 children with the defendant.
Mami, mi amor.
That's correct.
When the children were brought to her facility for the first time on July 9th, who dropped the children off?
I did.
Did you go into the facility at that time for the first time, or had you gone into the facility before?
We went there on July 6th.
When you went there on July 6th, did you take your 2 boys with you?
I did.
This is your complaint. Your complaint is that reported both you and your husband to the authorities with a report of suspected child abuse and neglect because both of your children had marks all over their body. It turns out that your children suffer from a condition called Mongolian spots, which is a condition that they were born with, and that according to the little bit of research that I do go away in time, but they are prevalent in babies, and based on what I viewed when I actually looked up the definition of Mongolian spots, they do appear to be bruises. They are purplish, bluish in nature. They're usually on the lower extremities of the child. Correct?
Correct.
You saw those spots, you or one of your coworkers,
Correct.
and immediately made the report.
Actually, I waited because I wanted to speak to Margie first to see if she could give me some kind of an explanation because I didn't want to have to do what I had to do. She never returned my call, so I had to make the phone call.
I never received any phone call.
You don't have to receive a phone call. As a matter of fact, it was the wrong thing for her to do to call you first. It actually was the wrong thing to do. You don't have to receive a phone call.
But she actually knew about the Mongolians when we spoke on July.
Don't tell me what she knew, Ms. Kashimaya. Tell me what you told her.
On July 6th, when we spoke in regards to the fees of $200 for my 2 children, I did mention to her that my...
Just a second.
Yes,
You discussed the fee, and was this in person?
this was over the phone.
Over the phone, then you mentioned is what you said. Tell me what you mentioned to her.
I mentioned my 2 children have Mongolian spots.
And what did she respond to that?
She didn't say anything.
She didn't say anything. She didn't say, what is that?
No,
Could you describe it?
no.
I don't believe you. Don't believe you. I'm going to tell you why I don't believe you. I don't have to tell you how old I am in decades, but I'm older than she is, and I'm probably older than the 2 of you are put together. I had never heard of Mongolian spots until I read your case. So if a daycare provider was told, my children suffer from a condition that's called Mongolian spots, somebody who is operating even on a partial cylinder would have said, what is that? As if I took the children with me, I would have said, this is what Mongolian spots look like. I just want to let you know so that you are not alarmed when you have to change a diaper, change clothes. You didn't do that.
Bishop, what premises, ma'am?
Who was there?
Sally.
Doesn't make any difference. Any of them. She doesn't have to be there. She could be there. And you thought it. And you thought it was important, not just a daycare. By the way, this is what Mongolian spots look like because it looks like the infant has been beaten. That's what they look like, right? That's correct. That looks like somebody has beaten a child. Let you know what it is. So what you're looking for is $5,000 because of the support that they put you through by calling CPS, Child Protective Services. That's what you're complaining for, right?
And also because she was unlicensed, and she said she was licensed.
Just a minute.
Sure.
Were you or were you not licensed?
Yes, we were licensed.
Show me she wasn't licensed. You have your license?
Actually, what they issue is, they call it facility number.
Show it to